Hello, this is James with LotHill. Today I'm going to go over the Accounts Receivable module within CashFootprint. So, first thing to do is when you're in the middle of a transaction, let me add a customer here. If the customer doesn't exist, you can go ahead and add them. And when you're adding that customer, there's a new Accounts Receivable tab. And on that tab, you can specify a credit limit for a given customer. You can do that using your store policy or whatever you want to use to derive that credit limit amount. And then you'll give them a customer number. In this case, we'll do 1234. Usually the customer number would be a phone number. That way the customer can keep track of that rather than you keeping track of it at your store. Um, Customer will walk in, you'll say, hey, what's your phone number? You can just type it in and add them to the transaction. So what's your phone number? 1234, enter it in. There you see all their information as well as the credit limit of $1,000. And then add the items you need to the transaction. Yes, and when you're ready to cash out or apply this to a given open account or accounts receivable for that customer, you can do a deposit of cash, credit. Under other, there's a few other options as well. Let's just say this person's going to put down 20 bucks in cash. And then they're going to do an account, the rest of the balance, the 2287, is going to go on to their AR account. And hit OK. And then when you process that, change due is 0 because they gave you $20, and then the rest of it went on the open account or the account receivable. And if we go ahead and go in and do a view AR balance detail for this customer, we'll see that sale number 26, and they applied 2287 to their account. Now to make a payment, you can just click on the customer menu, apply AR payment, select your customer. This is the guy we want here. You can also ask for phone number, type that in, then hit search, and it'll narrow down to that particular customer. You'll see their limit, their balance, and then you just select this account. You can either pay the balance in full, or you can designate an amount that you want to put down. We're going to do $20. Payment of 20 has been applied. The remaining balance is 287. And then if we view that detail again for this given customer, we'll see that, yep, there's their initial sale, 2287. We made a payment of 20. Now their balance due, 287, and their credit limit and available credit. If you need to make an adjustment for this account, say you're willing to forgive that remaining 287, you can select that a customer's account, then go in and do apply adjustment. You can either increase the balance due or you can credit the account and just do a credit memo. You can do any reason you want for this adjustment, 287. And there we have a balance of 0. Remaining credit limit is 1,000. And if we do balance detail, we'll see there was the adjustment. So everything has kind of been forgiven just using a credit memo. If you want to apply a finance charge, you could do the same thing. Increase the balance due. Let's do FC for finance charge, 10 bucks. Let's just say that's your minimum. So now they have a balance due of 10. You can also make payments from here too. And we're just going to pay it in full this time. They're going to give us a card over the phone, or maybe you have it on file in some other application. Confirm. There it is. Remaining balance is 0. And if you want to disable the accounts receivable for this customer, say that they haven't made payments on time, so you've gone in, you've done an adjustment, you made their balance 0, and now you want to disable AR for this customer, you'll just uncheck. You'll need to edit and then uncheck the enable AR account and hit save. Then when this customer comes in next time, you'll see that they don't have an AR account listed there. And if I go to ring up an item, 2, 3, the other 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, you go to other, AR account is disabled. So they won't be able to use AR account unless they re-sign up for it. So your particular employees would also need access to edit the customer and turn on enable AR account. Then they'll be able to go back and choose AR account. But if they don't have permissions to edit a customer without manager override, then they can't just go in and make that change. So that information, I believe, is also tracked under the employee report. Audit report, manager, today. And we'll see that they updated customer. So you'll know if they went in and changed customer history or changed customer information. The other reports that are available with the accounts receivable, you can run these at any time. You can do a balance summary of all accounts, active accounts, inactive accounts, or by a specific customer. So let's just do all accounts here, show what it looks like. So there's a specific customer with his balance, available credit, credit limit. So you can see as an overall total for all of your accounts, you can see what the available credit is, what your current balance is on all the accounts in the system. So that might be useful to know as far as your outstanding accounts receivable, what your receivables are. Then we'll go back to accounts receivable. You can do balance detail by customer. We've done that a few times through different screens here. You can print statements. So with this, you'll choose a beginning and ending date for your period. So we'll just say I want to run statements for beginning of November all the way through today, which is the 19th. We're going to do it for all the customers that do not have a zero balance and are active. And there we go. There's only one account. That's the one that we've been messing with. You'll notice it's the exact same as the balance detail, but this can be run by date. And then if you need to narrow down and include inactive accounts for some reason, or if you want to include accounts with a zero balance, you can do that too. And you can preview, and this is exactly what we'll print out, this preview. If you have multiple customers, they will be one customer per page, or multiple pages if they have a long statement. You can also click the tree view here to narrow down by a specific customer. If you want to just preview it, click on the tree view and then select the customer that you want to view, and it will bring that statement right to the preview. And then there's obviously the print button. You can narrow down and print for specific customers versus all. You select the customers you want and then preview. That will bring up the statements for those particular customers, or if you wanted to do it by list. So if you had different lists of customers, maybe you want to split them up by groups, you could do that, select the different lists that they are part of and hit preview, and that will include everybody here. The customer I have isn't part of a list. Let's add them so you can see that. Let's see, edit customer. I'm going to add this guy to a list. He'll be part of the general list. And cancel. Then we're going to come back up into statements. There we go. General, preview. There he is. Or she. Excuse me. So there's the statement for those who are in a particular list. That's it for generating statements. The other report would be a payment report, so you can see by date or by customer the payments that were made. So if you wanted to do by date, say today, I have two payments. One was cash for 20. That was the first one we did, and here's the second one we did with the credit card. Last four digits of the card, if there was an authorization code, that would show up there as well. And it does show you the account that was for. There is also an adjustment report. You can run that by date or by customer to see the adjustments you made within a given period and your net adjustments there. And then there is a transaction report, so you can see all the different transactions that were applied to your accounts receivable. And here there was two sales that were applied to account 1, 2, 3, 4, and their amounts right there. And this report will break it down to show you what your debits were, what your credits were, and then your net. And I'll just show you real quick what that looks like when you run it by customer. Let's do payment by customer. You'll first select the customer, then you'll select the date, and there you'll see the payments by customer. In the top of the report, it will show you what it is too, which report you're running. So if you print that out, you'll know. That's it for, oh, the accounts receivable. Yeah, that's it for the accounts receivable. There is one more report. On the end of day, you will see a new section. Let me see if I have it open still. Okay, so let's run this here. The X-out report. This is the new X-out report. It's been modified to show AR account charges, if there were any. This is a report I ran from the other day, so the numbers are a touch different. This would be the account charges, and then as you're making payments, so you're accepting payments, those would be in the form of cash, check, credit, or debit. So those would be thrown into these particular buckets here. It would show up as payments received. And to offset that on the other side, we have a section called payments received, which is just a one lump sum total of all the payments that were received. So the number here on the lower right corner under transactions and adjustments, that should equal the actual total received in payments. The information down here is just additional, and it is informational only. So it doesn't have any effect on the numbers up on top, but these two numbers should balance. And then the new Z out report, that also has a few changes to show the two different totals, and those should balance as well. Here's the informational column. You'll see all the cash, check, credit. All these are payments here, and over here these are all the sales and transactions and adjustments. So if you have any questions regarding the accounts receivable module, feel free to give us a call at 855 LotHill or shoot us an email at product.support@lothill.com.